Tyson, what's your thought on not playing this weekend?
Well, that's really a unique situation, and really, it was tough. I think every time that you get a chance to play in the postseason, it's fun for the kids, but also the being able to play consistently and kind of keep your kids going and things like that are always important at this stage of the year, and unfortunately, it doesn't happen for us. So we're trying to combat it the best we can, but ultimately. We're not too worried about it. We just kind of next game, just like an injury, next man up. So you just kind of have to, go with that mentality and trust that, what we're going to do to prepare over the next week and a half for Colorado Springs is going to put us in good position. And we're certainly excited for, the chance to be back out there and play.
As a coach, what do you do? I mean, do you run some scrimmages? I mean, that could be pretty competitive stuff too, the way this team's built.
Well, Dion doesn't really want to do many inter squads. I think right now we're healthy, and we made it 51 games, and we seem to be in a good spot health-wise with our guys. And so I think he'd like to keep it that way, let guys that maybe are a little bit banged up to, let them use this week and a half to kind of get to 100% or get as close as they can if they're high-impact guys for us. And we've got a few that are a little bit dinged at this time, but most of them are 100% right now, and we're getting ready to throw bullpens today. So I think sometimes it's good to have a little time off, but ultimately we'd like to be playing. But it's okay.
These guys, just talking to them, they talk about the postseason. They now know what to expect after last year. I mean, how big is that? The experience factor.
Sure. I think anytime that you have experience with anything, I think it's important. This year. You look at what our kids have been able to do, and I say our kids, I mean, man, they're fun, they're eager, they're energetic, and as you heard some of them say, we don't ask them to be perfect, but they've done a great job all year long of showing up continuously and daily and figuring out what it takes to win on a daily basis. And so some of that, as you heard them speak about, they're a more mature team. They're more experienced, as you would say, and that always counts for something. But man, we're proud of them.
Yeah, you've been through a lot of these postseasons. What is it that's different about the regular season? I mean, you try to keep the stress level down, but what's your mindset? What do you tell these guys going into this postseason play?
I think for me now, it's just another game, and people don't think that that's always the case. When you're talking about postseason and one weekend, you have a bad weekend and it could be over. But at the same time, anything that you add to that doesn't say it's just another game for these guys adds pressure to the equation, and no one needs that. We need to go out and be able to play free and not worry about the outcome of a game. There hasn't been one day where we've ever talked about. Hey, we got to win this number of games or win this many games, or we're going to win this way today or we're going to win that way today. There's a variety of ways that we've won this year. There's a variety of guys that have stepped up to help us do those things. So, we don't really talk about that. We just say, hey, let's focus on doing what it takes to win. And that's our mindset every day. Do what it takes to win.
Yeah, and that is true. You've really pressed the right buttons this year and really come up with ways to win. I know you're probably not thinking about this right now, but back-to-back Region 9 regular season titles. I mean, you're thinking postseason right now, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think, it's always an exciting time of year. And obviously, in the regional tournament, anything can happen. Teams get hot. I think our team's done a really, really good job of answering the call weekly as we've gone. And one thing I want to point out about these guys is they did not lose one regular season series the whole year, no matter what. A split, we split with Garden City on the road early. Obviously, we split a 2-gamer with Hutch. And then I think we split one doubleheader with Iowa Lakes, but it really wasn't a series. But other than that, these guys won every conference series they played in, at least 4-2. Or at least more than 3-1 against anybody that we played 4 times. And so, again, just finding that niche of doing what it takes to win, these guys have certainly answered that. So I couldn't be more excited to have them, play in this postseason and just continue to watch them go.
Yeah, Absolutely. Another thing, you and your brother have put 40-plus seasons, winning seasons with 40 games together in 10 years. And, that's something maybe in the off season you can reflect on, but that really speaks to not only you guys, but the guys you're bringing in here.
Well, I think, it speaks to what Dion's been able to do here first. This is his ship, and he's done a great job of leading that and wanting, his vision for what this program could be, what we want it to be. And I'm grateful, I'm thankful to be such a part of it. And obviously the recruiting piece of it is huge. The kids obviously that we've had over the years, over that time, and have made it more enjoyable, obviously. And it's a family atmosphere. And I think a lot of our kids gravitate towards that. We retain a lot of our kids for the 2 years. You don't see a lot of guys leave here and go other places and want to get out of here. You see a lot of kids that want to stay and want to be here in this environment that we've created. And I think, to your point, I know you said it was our fifth year, and I do want to say I think it's our fifth year since 2017. Wow. That we've, or maybe that I want to say maybe our 2015. I think 2015. I think it's been 5 40-win seasons. So something we're definitely proud of, but we'd like to see how far this group can take it. We expect them to really revel and relish this opportunity and make it tough for other teams going forward.
Yeah, you always talk about, hey, we appreciate the fan support. I mean, it's been huge this year. I mean, you really have got some folks that really are kind of latched into this program.
Yeah, and I think I have to say thank you to those people. I mean, the parents, the fans, the spectators at home have been second to none. I have not seen another junior college, that we've played that's had the kind of environment that we've had at the C when we're at home. And I think that's something that our players love. It's something that we as coaches, we love that. And you see it on the road, when we converse with parents or we see parents on the road, they talk about all the time that it is a family atmosphere and that their kids feel like they're part of it, and they feel like they're part of it. And so couldn't be happier to hear that stuff. That's always an important piece, as to have a close, tight-knit program. And I think you see that in the way that our kids treat each other, the respect that they give each other. And you've seen it in home run celebrations and game victories, where our kids, they respond to that and they gravitate toward one another. It's really fun to see.